What's up, everybody? Crazy 8 here with another Transformers review. This time from the Studio Series line, we are looking at Transformers War for Cybertron Ironhide. So let's take a look at the box, and then we'll get into the figure. So here's the Studio Series box. You have Ironhide and Robot. That wasn't supposed to happen. Ironhide in Robot mode. You got him in alt mode over here, and if you put it on an angle, you get more. You get to see more of him, and of course you have a scene from the game itself. He is a Voyager class. Here he is in the plastic packaging, 28 steps. Got this wording down here, Studio Series banner. This side you got a really good picture of and a close-up of Ironhide from the game. The top is pretty boring, just Transformers, War for Cybertron, and Ironhide to Karatomi. And I'm gonna keep saying this, sadly they stopped numbering them. I think they stopped at 117. I think it was Hatchet was the last one that was numbered, and they went to this new format, which is sad. So in the back you have the product shots, and you do have an image from the game itself. Here he is in robot mode with his weapons, and here he is in alt mode with the weapon again and him holding an axe. Over here you got Transformers War for Cybertron, his name, and then a one-sentence blurb. Ironhide works with Optimus Prime to remove Dark Energon from Cybertron's core. All right, and then of course, if you need the barcode, here you go. It's right there. He is showing up in the stores now, so check your Walmarts and your Targets for him. That was the box. Let's get him out. All right, so here's Ironhide out of the packaging, and he is a remold of and a repaint of Ratchet. Did I say that right? I think I did. If not, let me know. So he's got a backpack, just like Ratchet does. Not a bad figure though. I know his alt modes are going to be nice because the alt mode pegs in really nice and tight. So let's take a look at his head sculpt to see what that looks like. He's got a red helmet on, some detailing on there with blue eyes and a silver face. Got gunmetal right there on the red, and you got a very faint Autobot logo right there. They should have used a white outline logo for that so I could see it. Going down the ab area, he's got the black grill for the car. He's got the gray hips and legs or thighs. And he got these big chunky legs. Here's his arms. Of course, not enough paint. They got some great detailing on it. If you could see it throughout. Nothing picked out in paint. Here's his big ass backpack. Just part of the car, almost half the car. The other half is in his legs. But yeah, you get one mold of Ratchet, you're gonna get the other one falling right behind him, or vice versa. The only time they didn't share a mold was probably the Transformers movie. There might have been other times, but that's what I know of. So let's take a look at what accessories he comes with before we get into some comparisons. All right, for accessories, he comes with, there is his sniper rifle. Well, that's what it looks like. All molded in gray plastic. It's got some hollow bits, a lot of hollow bits actually. But it's got a sniper rifle scope with a long ass barrel, and has a port for his arm and a peg for he can hold it like a traditional gun. And I'll show that off in a minute. The other thing is his axe, which comes in two pieces. You have the blade itself, nice pointed tip, red on black. Of course, it got a lot of hollow bits, but I guess it's meant to be that way. And then you have the staff itself that plugs into the bottom to complete the look. But in order for him to hold it, you gotta take this apart so you could needle it through his hand. And again, I'll just show that off right now. All right, so with the gun, you have two options. You do have the handle, and you could hold that, the traditional way, like that. And you can hold it in his hand. Or with this line, everyone's right arm comes off, and then you could just peg it in right there, and you have that look going on. And then on the other hand, if you wanted to, take this apart, the axe, needle the handle for his hand. Cap it with the axe head. And now you have him with an axe in one hand and a gun in the other. There we go. So Ironhide all armed up. Now for the hand. It has weapon storage, which is actually a really good idea in this one. Him and Ratchet has the best one so far. It's just not hanging off his back. It actually conceals back here. You open up his backpack and it pegs in like that. And then you close it up and repeg his backpack to him, like so. And now it's concealed for weapon storage, for like very nice, clean weapon storage, which is nice. You don't even see it. Or arm storage, I should say. Now for weapon storage for these guys, it's not so elegant. So spin him around, and this, let's see. The hole right there, there's a peg right here. You could peg it in back here like that. And now you have a peg here, and you just take right here with the axe. I'm gonna take the handle off. And that goes on like that. Finger stuff. And then you have that going on. Kind of makes it a little back heavy though. Not as bad. So you have that going on for weapon storage, which isn't bad. Decent enough. So that's weapon storage. So let's do some comparisons. Here he is with his other gamer buddies. Here he is with Bumblebee. You can see Bumblebee's a little tiny looking guy. Keep it with the tiny guys. Here he is with Cliff Jumper. Here is Sideswipe. He's next to his boss, Mr. Prime himself. Last but not least, here he is with Ratchet. So you guys could see the differences, the similarities, and all that other good stuff. Close to head's different, chest is different, shoulders, there's a lot of things different. Weapons. Is it? Yeah, the shoulders are different. His is a little more cleaner. Arms are the same. Yeah. So there are some differences with the two, but they're very similar. Transformation is exactly the same. And speaking of transformation, let's get all these transformed. I'm gonna have a fun time with Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper. Boy, those things suck to transform. Anyway, I'll be right back. All right, so here he is back from transformation, and he's a stocky little thick vehicle. Let's take a look at the front. First, let's see what the details look like. Really not much. They've got a black grill going on, and I guess these are the headlights kind of over here. Here he is from the side. Here are his tires. They got a nice red threading going through them. Very chunky off-road tires. Here's from the back. Again, great detail. Nothing picked out in paint. Very tankish. It's very solid. Everything snaps in great. Here's from the bottom. And he does roll really good. Now, let's do weapon storage. Weapon storage, the axe could go up here. Same place, the robot mode. Or is it back here? Nope, my bad, different spot. It's got two tabs and two ports. So right here you got two tabs. And you got them going on over here as well, so you could just line them up and plug it in. So you have that looks horrible. And then this, does this plug in too? I don't remember if it does. Let's check the directions. Alt car mode, it does. Okay. All right, yeah, okay, I see it. You got those two little things, and you got that going right here. Although, not pegging in too nicely. Wrong direction, maybe? They're not pegging in. Maybe, I don't know if they're too small. What is going on here, Ironhide? Why aren't you cooperating? It looks so easy. Instructions, you just plug them in and... All right, there we go. So, that was rough. But yeah, there's a weapon storage if you want to do it. It looks bad. Doesn't look the most elegant. I hate this kind of weapon storage where you just plug it into the top or the sides. It's just lazy. I wish they would incorporate it better into the machines, into the alt mode. So anyway, let's take a look at some comparisons with his buddies. First one is Bumblebee. Little squat little vehicle. See how they look. We'll do like a size comparison next to him. And now Cliff Jumper. Same exact thing, so nothing different going on there. Just a whole lot of red with these two. Keep it on the red theme. Here's Sunstreaker. See if I could get them in the frame better so you can see how they look. And he's still taller than not Sideswipe. If I said Sunstreaker, I meant Sideswipe. That's Bumblebee. Everyone else is rocking their red. Bumblebee's the only one that has red striping, but most of these vehicles are all red. So here's with Optimus Prime, who's a chunky bot himself. Very solid as well. And more. Well, he's not as red, but he's got red in him. Now you can see the differences, like right off the bat here. You look at the front of his grill is different than his. I'm trying to see what else is different here. Oh, all right. Well, maybe right here. This top part right here, where the his is flatter and his is more like, it does have looks like it has a siren going on. Let's see. Yeah, these are different. The shoulders were different, but I think everything else is the same. But I like how they stick together. They feel when they tab in really well together. Like they tab in, everything's nice and solid. Nothing's gonna fall out. I do like the alt modes on these guys. It's just a big, chunky vehicle. All right, so that's it for alt mode. All right, so that was my look at War for Cybertron Ironhide. So, yeah, he's a remold of and a repaint of Ratchet, of course. They come hand in hand now, right? I do like the alt mode. And alt mode on both of them are like very chunky, but put together solidly. Everything tabs in great. I don't like the weapon storage for alt mode by putting the axe on top of it. But they do have a good weapon storage for the hand when you take it off and place the gun in its place. That's very clean and it's very hidden away, which I like. It's not just hanging off of him. Weapon storage, on the other hand, is just that. They're hanging off of him. Axe kind of looks good on him, but the gun's just, no. It's just like, it's just there. But all in all, great figure. No loose joints. He's very solid in robot and car mode. The shoulders, you know, do pop off. Mine did when I was fiddling with him. But besides that, it's a really good figure. Yeah, this line they look really good all in a group. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy your toys. Crazy 8s is out.